One really confusing and concerning thing that happens to injured workers is when they are told by somebody, it's always somebody, that their workers' compensation claim is closed. Well, is it? And if so, what are your Morrell with Kaplan Morrell? We're a law firm that's been helping injured and disabled workers get the benefits that they deserve since 1997. And if this video has been helpful to you, would you please hit like, subscribe? If you've got questions or comments, do so below. We'd love to have you be part of our online community. And with that, let's dive into it. Today I'm going to discuss three things. When people say your claim is closed, but it isn't, what having a closed claim really means, and what can close your claim. So with that, let's talk about it. And if you stick to the end, I'm going to talk to you about your options if you do have a closed claim to reopen it. So when people say your claim is closed, oftentimes it's misunderstood. Doctors are saying it's closed, adjusters are saying it's closed, employers are saying it's closed. And that doesn't mean your claim is actually closed. What having a closed claim means is that you can't change what the insurance company has given you or what they have agreed that they will give you. Now, why then do people say it's closed? Well, because they're thinking from their point of view. And so the really common thing is a doctor will say, or a physical therapist will say, your claim is closed, meaning we're not going to give you any more benefits. We're done treating you. Our file is closed. But that doesn't mean your claim is closed. Sometimes employers or adjusters will say your claim is closed, and it's really not, because either they're confused, or in the cases sometimes of adjusters, they're just trying to get you confused. They think it's closed, but they haven't done what's necessary to close it. What does having a closed claim mean? What is in actuality what a closed claim means? A closed claim means that you don't have a right to change what the insurance company has paid you in the past, and you have a right to change what they're going to pay you in the future. So you can have a closed claim, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have no rights or benefits. For example, you can have a closed claim and have a right to what's called maintenance care. How much maintenance care will you get? I don't know. They don't know. The doctors don't know. You're entitled to maintenance care, which means that you can go back to the doctor and continue to get medical care, not for the purposes of getting better, but for maintaining your condition, not worsening. You're also entitled, even if you have a closed claim, to money being paid out for your impairment rating. But the amount of that money that's been set ain't going to change because you have a closed claim. So what can close your claim? And there's really only 4 to 5 things that can close your claim. First is what's called a final admission of liability. A final admission of liability is a really technical document. It's in English. It does have big bold things. This is an important legal document which may affect your rights, blah, blah, blah. But most people, when they see it, they don't understand what it is. And bottom line is that once that final admission is filed, you have 30 days to do a lot of things like request a division IME, object, file an application for hearing. And if you don't do those things, then your claim is closed, and what's on the final admission is what you're going to get. Second way claims can close is there's a motion to close, which means that the insurance company says, look, this guy has fallen off the face of the earth. He isn't going to medical care. They're not doing anything. They're not filing an application for hearing. They're not doing anything to pursue their rights to get medical care, etc. In those cases, the insurance company can file what's called a motion to close, and if you don't object to it with a certain amount of time, then a judge will say, okay, the case is closed. But again, there has to be something in writing sent to you, which is a really important reason why you have to have your address up to date. And more importantly, you should just hire a lawyer, because none of our clients get their claims closed from a motion to close because we know what to do with them. Third, you can agree to close your claim. So you can go to court, you can go to a hearing and say, hey, I want my claim closed. But again, you've got to be there. A judge has to do it. Number 4, you can have a closed claim for what's called sanctions. So for example, if you're fighting for rights and the insurance company asks you for medical releases and you don't provide them, and the insurance company then goes to a judge and gets an order compelling you to give those medical releases, and you still don't want to give them and you refuse to give them, etc., at some point a judge could, as a sanction, close your claim. But again, you've had a lot of notice. Finally, fifth, you can close your claim by a settlement. Now, a settlement closes everything. It means you're not going to get any more maintenance care. You're not going to get anything more. But a settlement also closes a claim. So those are the 5 ways a claim can close. Even if you have a closed claim, you may still have some rights like maintenance care, etc. You also have a right to try to reopen your claim. And those are the only things that can close your claim. They involve you getting a piece of paper. And sometimes they don't require you to actually receive it. As long as they've mailed it to what's called your address of record, which is the address that they have on for you, they can send you those things. And if you don't do anything, your claim can close. So if you've got a closed claim, what are your options to it? And you've got pretty much only 2. Number 1 is you can do what's called a petition to reopen your claim. So you can, if you can show that it was a mistake, if you can show that your condition has worsened, you can go to a judge and ask the judge to reopen the claim. There are some limitations on that. For example, you can't reopen a claim when it's been more than 6 years after the date of injury. You can't reopen a claim because, well, I forgot, it was a mistake that I didn't object to the final admission. If you're going to argue that, you've got to show that it was some mistake, some error that was beyond your power to address or correct at the time, and that had you been diligent, you wouldn't have let your claim close. But if it's something way outside of your ability, let's say, for example, you were treating and you get into a car accident and you're put in a coma for 6 months, and during that 6 months they file a motion to close or a final admission of liability, you're obviously not in a position to object to it. You come out of a coma, you find out that your case has been closed, you could reopen it. That would be definite lack of notice, etc., to the paper trying to close your claim. You can even reopen settlements, but it's really difficult. You have to show what's called a mutual mistake of material fact, or you have to show fraud on the other side. Those are very difficult things to do, but they have been done, and definitely complicated, and you would need a lawyer. So hopefully this video helps you understand what having a closed claim means. A closed claim means that there is something at the Division of Workers' Compensation which sets in stone what the insurance company paid for you in the past and what they may have to pay for you in the future, and it can't change unless you reopen the claim. But even if you have a closed claim, there is a way to reopen it. So if you or a member of your family has been injured on the job with a work injury in Colorado, please get in touch with us. We help our clients on what's called a contingent fee basis, which means we don't get paid unless we're successful getting our clients what they deserve. Please call us, text us, go to our website. Our initial consultations are free, confidential, and will give you peace of mind when you know your rights. And with that, thank you for spending part of your day with me. Bye.